Hey y'all, so in today's video, I'm going to show you how to make this cute little fairy light snowman jar. So I got this glass jar from Walmart. It is about 7.5 inches tall and around 3.5 inches wide. You can get this in the craft section. It's about $2 for this, I believe. You're also going to need some Mod Podge, some fairy lights. I got these off of Amazon. I will link that down below. Some white glitter, and I have the thin powder glitter, and then I have the chunky glitter that I'm going to use as well. I have the shiny ribbon that we're going to tie around the rim, and some twine as well is going to go around the rim. Of course, you're going to need some window clings. These I got from Walmart. They were for 98 cents, and just some little snowmans that you can use. And then just a brush that you're going to need to paint the inside of your jar with your Mod Podge. You will also need a hot glue gun and a pair of scissors. So you're going to take your window clings and figure out which side is the side that you would normally stick on your glass. And you'll just place them how you want them to appear in your snowman jar. So you'll just stick them inside your glass like you would on your window. Alright, so once you have all of your window clings placed inside your jar how you want them, you're going to move on to adding your Mod Podge into your jar. So take your paintbrush and dip it into your Mod Podge. And you'll just start from the bottom and just pull up. So just start from the bottom and work your way up. And you'll do this all around on the inside of your jar. And what this is going to do is seal your snowman onto your glass, and it's also going to allow us to have a sticky surface for our glitter to attach to. And try not to be too heavy on your Mod Podge because it does just take longer to dry, and you don't want it to be really clumpy on the inside of your jar. You want to try to have it smooth going inside of your glass so it's not too streaky looking, and so that it all dries kind of evenly and together. I'm just going to brush it all out, make sure it's all even. Now if yours does like mine and accidentally gets underneath your window cling, that's no big deal. You can either do this now or you can do it after you've added your glitter, but you can go in and just press onto your window cling, and that'll just smush that onto the glass so it's not like a pocket there. And this one wasn't really taken to the glass too well, so I'm just going to go ahead and go behind it with my finger and just fan it out so that it'll go ahead and attach to my glass. So you'll see I've messed up my Mod Podge on the inside. You can go back and fix where you have pressed all inside of your glass and just fan all that back out to an even coat. Alright, so now that we have the whole glass covered with Mod Podge, you'll see the inside of it, what it looks like. Now we're going to go in and add our glitter. So I'm going to use my powdered glitter first. And I'm just going to tilt my glass and just kind of run the glitter along the inside. Kind of heavily coat it so that it covers all of the Mod Podge. And now I'm going to add some chunky glitter in there as well. And you'll see it's a whole lot of excess down in the bottom of the jar. And I usually use that and just tilt the jar as the glitter runs up it so that I can make sure I cover all of the inside of this jar. The whole inside has glitter coating it. Then you can just kind of dump it out for whatever's left, and the inside should be nice and coated with your glitter. So now that we have the whole inside of the jar covered with glitter, we're going to let this dry. So you can either leave it overnight just to ensure that all of it is dried evenly, or you can give it a couple of hours and check on it and see if it's dry. All of the Mod Podge in here will dry clear, so it won't look white and cloudy like this once it's fully dry. So while we wait for our Mod Podge to finish drying, because it looks like some of these places I was a little too heavy on it, so that may take a few hours for that to dry. But in the meantime, we can go ahead and do our ribbon and our twine around the rim. So I'm just going to pair these two together. And I'm going to figure out which side of this I want to be the front of my jar. And I think I'm going to go with this spot right here. And so you'll just tie your ribbon right around the rim of your jar. And I'm going to do a double knot just so it'll hold it a little more securely So I tied a knot onto it, and now I'm just going to do a little bow. Now you can just kind of mess with your bow on adjusting its loops. And we're just going to cut off the excess of our ribbon. Okay, so we're just going to add a little dab of hot glue right where our ribbon is going to rest. Just place that right on top so you can put it in position. And I'm going to do the same for the back side of the jar, just so this isn't moving all around. Now we can finish waiting for this to dry, and then we can move on to adding our fairy lights, and that will be the final step. Okay, so my jar has pretty much dried. Some of these chunky glitter parts are still not dry up underneath them, but I'm just going to go ahead and move on so we can wrap up this video. All right, so now we're just going to add our fairy lights, and I have them right here, so I'm just going to switch them on, and you're going to drop your switch down into the bottom of it, and then just work your fairy lights down into your jar. They'll just be kind of bunched up, honestly. You can just try to reposition them as you see fit within the jar. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next one.